Titans Season 3 has arrived, and they quickly put out the first 3 episodes. I watched the first one, and I decided maybe I would just do an overview or what have you, and due to some interruptions for what else I wanted to do, ended up watching the other 2. So I guess I'll just say this is an overview of the Season 3 so far, and probably we'll treat it like that rather than doing episode after episode, unless there's an episode that blows me away and I think, oh boy, I gotta talk about this one. Titans, and this season's no different. I thought maybe there would be some amount of difference because it's now officially an HBO Max series, and maybe they would spruce things up a bit. But it's pretty much the same thing as the other 2. There's a lot of potential with Titans, but it never reaches it. It keeps fizzling here and there and makes stupid mistakes that's unnecessary. The casting overall, I didn't really have a problem with. I didn't care about the actress who was cast as Starfire. I just thought they should have painted her orange, and they could have used like a bodysuit for the rest of it. So it's just her face, but I guess even that was just too much trouble. I don't know. Some elements of the show looks like they did spend some money on it, but I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Or they just wanted to for the virtue signaling, I guess. It's weird. Because look, Zoe Saldana is green in Guardians of the Galaxy. Why can't I forget her name? Anna Diop, I think. She's all right. It's like it's Titans, so it's not Teen Titans, and the narrative of the story seems to suggest that the teenage years was something that happened in the past, and that was with the original lineup, Wonder Girl and Aqualad and all that, and this is their adult years, and so this Starfire is she's much mature. She's pretty, libertine in her sexuality already. So there's that aspect, but she's not quite the flirt or anything like that, and she's not, it's kind of deer in the headlights time things. But there's a certain innocence to Starfire because she didn't understand Earth and all that type of stuff. That's not really the case with this character. So I guess. You can argue that it's too far removed. They finally gave her a costume, and at least it is a costume, but it's, in some of the concept art, I thought, well, maybe this will work, but it doesn't look that great. And I don't know, they just keep failing her, Dawn or Dove, she's very beautiful, but she can't really act very well. But she has some, they give her a little more. And of course, the big problem is that the best part for her is the relationship with Hawk. Well, spoiler, Hawk is dead. And this comes into the bigger problem, I think, with this. So the Jason Todd story and the fall of Jason Todd and him becoming Red Hood, it is a part of the classic Batman universe, if you will, story now, and it could have been a great thing to pursue. It's already pretty much done within 3 episodes. They rushed this. If you saw the trailer of the Joker killing him, then you saw the first episode. That's it. And apparently Batman loses it. He never becomes Batman. We never see him as Batman. It's all such a, oh, God, I don't know what their thinking is there or the rules or what have you. And apparently he's killed the Joker and ran away and hid somewhere overseas. Who knows? So he's just out of the show for a while. And leaves Dick Grayson to fill the void, which Dick Grayson is doing. So they're now in Gotham City. They're no longer in San Francisco, so they'll be dealing with Jason Todd. So instead of the Jason Todd of Red Hood being this sort of Punisher-like character, he's just a psychotic murderer and criminal. He's doing it all just to get revenge on the Titans for, I don't know, not taking him seriously enough or something. So yeah, it's too far gone. I mean, unless they say he's brainwashed or it's not really him or some crap like that, I don't see any redemption for him here, because even before he kills Hawk, he tortured a woman and forced her to kill herself. He's tortured people, all making them do, and it's just, yeah, you don't, it doesn't come back from that. I mean, when he was killing criminals, it's like, yeah, well, that's what the Red Hood would do and stuff like that. But this whole thing, it's pretty bad, and so it's not. There's rumors they're going to do a Red Hood series, but it'll be something totally different. It won't be this version of the character, a different actor and stuff. So I guess they'll do that, but it's too bad because the outfit looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to take the kid seriously. I mean, they change the voice somewhat when he's in the mask. So, but when it comes off, he's just a snotty little kid, which is why, because one of the things the story is rushed. This is something that should have been dragged out for a while, and they could have even done the story where he died and then he's just dead. And then you of course, comic book fans would know he'll come back, but that would be like a later season. But I don't know that this show can last much longer, the way it's being done. It's just a lot of things. There's some elements it kind of teases like it's going to get good, and then it fizzles. It's got great things. Superboy and Crypto, every time they're on there, they steal the show, especially Crypto. He does this thing to the villain Gizmo, and he just barks at him, and the sonic boom knocks him down. It's hilarious, and so it's cool. You say, "Oh man, if they just knew what they were doing," And of course, the actor playing Dick Grayson is probably the best actor to have played the character, and that's why everything about the show reveals that what they should have done was shrink it down and make it a Nightwing series and leave it at that. He could have had something on par with Daredevil, and he's basically Nightwing fighting criminals, with Titans, so they limit Starfire to what she can do, and it's because it's too expensive, for her to do what she does and have her glowing and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, last season ended with her sister arriving on Earth, and she's having there's this subplot going on now. So I guess they'll deal with Red Hood, suddenly abandon it, and then switch to Blackfire. Which is not a good way to do this. Especially what happened with Deathstroke. He just suddenly, his whole story fizzles at the end. Oh God, it's terrible. I don't know. It's just 3 episodes. I will continue to watch it, but it's already showing signs that they haven't figured things out. Plus, there's this thing where they walk into a trap. It's obvious. And then Hawk I know he's put up as the big stupid guy, and boy is he. He walks right into Jason Todd's trap, to the point that Jason gets him to strip naked. Just an idiot. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then he's barbecued by the end. So yeah, it's a very violent show, stuff like that. But and they, to have superheroes cussing and all that, it seems to be that's impressive. It's not. You got to have more to it, and they didn't have anything to replace the original story. So I don't know. Jason appears to have been experimenting with some sort of drug that I thought was something that, it has to be that something that enhanced his strength or something, but didn't seem to help him against the Joker. But it apparently is probably how he didn't die, like he, regenerated or whatever. So they'll do that instead of the Lazarus Pit. But maybe the drug is the components of the Lazarus Pit, so they're just going to do that so they can bypass Ra's al Ghul and all that. And that'll be what happened, and then they'll say, oh, but it gave him strength and regenerated him, but it's made him crazy. So they'll put him in Arkham at the end, and then he'll have a redemption arc. You can't have a redemption arc when you've done something like this and just say, well, he was on drugs. No. Sorry. That's too far. So, there it is. The other thing is that they had this thing set up ripping off Silence of the Lambs, where Dick Grayson goes to get help from Scarecrow, who's in Arkham, and that he's the ultimate profiler and he can help you out. So he goes to him and all that. But really, the Riddler would have been a better character for this type of stuff. But my guess is the Riddler is unavailable because of the Batman film with Robert Pattinson and all that. So maybe that's why that is. But yeah, I don't know where they're going with that, especially since there's apparently some news that I guess the actor's in trouble for a Me Too incident or something. I didn't even follow up on it. Some complaints about him on the set, so maybe this all of a sudden the Scarecrow's gone. I don't know. I mean, of course he's gonna get out and wreak havoc. I mean, I'm sure that's the idea, but yeah, it's just Titans is a show that does show a lot of potential, but unlike Stargirl, which did the same, it actually embraced it and made use of it and had an idea, and so far so good with that one. And of course Lois and Superman and Lois rather is excellent, and it's more than it has its potential and it exploits it and uses it. This show just doesn't for whatever reason. I'm thinking, perhaps a Nightwing series would have been better. Of course, a Batman show would be the ultimate thing, but at least you could have had Nightwing, and a pretty good one, and just keep it at that, But they'd probably screw that up too. So I don't know. It's like they're doing it to do it, but they don't really have any ideas of what to do. And for whatever reason, they can't just adapt the stories they're based on. And for, again, reasons I can't begin to say. I assume it has to do with money or something, but I don't know. Barbara Gordon's in there. She'll be Oracle. I guess in this one she wasn't paralyzed, but she lost her leg. It looks like it. I don't know. But she's in a wheelchair and she's now commissioner, and all that. Commissioner Gordon has passed away, and all that. And the back and forth between them sometimes is good, and sometimes it's just forced stuff that doesn't really add up. I mean, she complains with Dick, and then he does something that she thought he should, and then she's mad that he did. That kind of thing. So they don't know what to do with that either. So they don't really mention, I don't think, that there was a romance between them in the past, and maybe they'll come to that. I don't know. It looks like Starfire's getting another boyfriend elsewhere, which I guess Blackfire will kill. Probably something like that when they get to that story. But so the subplot of her is there because she keeps blacking out and waking up elsewhere. So so I'm guessing that's Blackfire doing something to her. And eventually they'll have to deal with that. Right now, not looking so great. There's some elements of it that, again, shows potential and whatnot, but then it fizzles. So that's pretty much my verdict on it so far. And just being on HBO Max didn't seem to improve anything. So anyway, we'll see where it goes. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.